Welcome to the Latitude Adjustment, an Aging Heroes podcast, where midlife isn't a crisis, it's your call to adventure. Hosted by Randolph and Erica Harrison, co-authors of the award-winning A Guide for Aging Heroes, this show flips the script on aging with bold stories, real talk, and challenges that dare you to live louder. Randolph is a celebrated educator, Gallup strengths coach, and former therapist with a passion for growth and grit. Erica is a world-traveling photographer, wellness leader, Jungian life coach, and creative force, bringing beauty, heart, and fierce clarity to every episode. Together, they're here to spark your second act, and your day one starts now.
All right, Rusty. Hi.
Hello.
It's our first episode. We've got the sun on our backs. Mics are hot. All right. So you ready to blow the dust off a word people think they already understand?
Let's do it.
Okay.
We are talking about the word
Cool.
Not the Instagram influencer cool. Not the overpriced latte cool.
Not that one.
We're talking about the soul deep whiskey sipping wind in your hair kind of cool. The kind that survives hurricanes and heartbreaks.
Exactly. The kind of cool that doesn't perform. The kind that rolls in wearing a linen shirt, a mustard stain, and enough swagger to sell it.
So you saying mustard stains are fashionable now?
Hey, only if you rock it with conviction. But isn't that the point? Cool isn't the clothes you're wearing or the playlist you're jamming to. It's the person willing to live unscripted, to speak truth, to show up as themselves, no matter how loud the world gets around them.
Exactly. So I used to think cool was, mystery. So sunglasses indoors, motorcycle boots, but those things are just costumes.
Yeah.
I have met folks with no stage presence and all the real presence in the world.
Yes. People who don't chase attention because they're too busy chasing purpose. Those folks, right?
That's what the show is about. Aging with guts, living with soul, and choosing growth over shrinking and joy over fear.
Let me ask you this, Rusty. When did you stop chasing cool and start being cool?
Baby, I was born cool.
Oh, we know that.
But I think the first time that I ever shared something about myself that I had kept hidden for years.
What was that?
I disclosed to someone that I suffer from major depression. And you know what their response was?
What?
Me too.
Wow.
And that was it. I realized cool wasn't the mask. It was the courage to take it off.
Yes, that's where the magic lives. Not in perfection, in presence, in the willingness to be seen, flaws and all. And especially as we age, when the world starts whispering, you're irrelevant.
But aging heroes do not go quietly. We get louder.
Louder with wisdom, with playfulness, with clarity. Cool isn't about youth. It's about truth.
Say it, baby.
That sounded good. Let's do that one again. Cool isn't about youth. It's about truth. It's saying, I know who I am and I don't need your permission to be my authentic self.
We met a woman last week. Do you remember her?
Tell me a little. Give me some information.
She was 62.
Okay.
She was a retired accountant, and now she paints nudes on driftwood.
Oh, hang on. How could I forget? I think she said, I spent 30 years balancing books. Now I balance light and shadow. Let's think about that for a minute. Cool as hell.
It was because she claimed a new identity. She didn't ask if it made sense. She asked if it made her feel alive.
And that's the shift. That's what we're talking about when we say being an aging hero. You realize that time, it's a privilege. So what you do is you stop waiting and you start living. You stop dimming and you let your authentic self burn brighter.
So let's throw this challenge out to our listeners.
Let's give them our first Aging Heroes Challenge.
Find a belief you've been dragging around. Something dusty, something heavy, something that whispers, you're too old for that.
And now ask yourself, who gave it to me? And does it still serve me?
If the answer is no,
chuck it in the volcano.
Toss it with all your old, other outdated scripts.
Because aging heroes don't shrink. They shed, they evolve, and they definitely rebel.
And cool, it's not gone. It's just moved. It moved from wishful thinking to taking action.
Mm-hmm. Gold. Absolute gold. So what comes next?
We got more stories. We got more truth and more soul.
Not someday, but now.
Because cool isn't about the clothes you wear. It's about how you walk through the fire with a smile on your face.
So grab your shades, your sandals, your sass, and your rum. And meet us back here because the revolution, it's just getting started. Okay, Rusty. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off this one, all right?
You rip that Band-Aid off, baby.
People think cool is some external thing. So we talked about that, leather jackets, shades indoors, maybe a backstory involving rum and bad decisions.
I have made lots of bad decisions with rum, so guilty as charged. But yeah, that's the myth. Truth is, cool isn't a look, cool is a vibe. And the core of that vibe is authenticity. That is the secret sauce.
Exactly. When you stop trying to be who the world expects and start being who you actually are, that's when the magic happens. Suddenly, the air just tastes better.
Right?
Yeah.
Authenticity is trading that coat and tie for your old concert t-shirt.
I love my old concert tees.
Yep. The Rolling Stones one.
That one, yes.
Yep. It has a lot of holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it has the passion of your first real rebellion.
Mm.
And that's when you stop performing and start living.
And let's not sugarcoat it. I know what it's like to contort myself just to be palatable. That might be lowering my voice, crossing my legs, editing the truth of who I am authentically so that people wouldn't squirm.
I've been there. It's freaking exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
But when you drop the act, you walk lighter, you sound different, and the world subtly shifts.
I have a one-word response there. Preach.
Right?
And for the record, authenticity doesn't mean flawless. It means honest. It's saying, yes, I wear polka dot sneakers. Yes, I cry during dog food commercials.
And you do.
And no, I'm not sorry for any of those things.
So here's your hall pass, folks. Be weird, be bold, be real. And next time you wonder, is this cool? Flip it and ask, is this me? And if it is, baby, it's cool by default.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. Because trying to be cool is definitely one of the quickest ways not to be cool. But being real, that's magnetic. I'm going to say brings us to the gremlin in the room, the fear of judgment.
Oh, yeah. The mood killer of the century. Fear of judgment has talked more people out of joy than middle school gym class.
Okay, tell me about it. Have you ever picked up that offbeat outfit, one that makes your soul sing? I'm sure you've recognized that I've definitely done that a time or two.
A closet full of those, yes.
Mm-hmm. But then, there's times I'll put it right back because maybe I was worried about what Karen from book club would say.
Well, I don't think so. Karen is too busy worrying about her own issues to be concerned with your fashion choices.
That is absolutely true. And it's definitely something I've figured out. Most people aren't paying as much attention to us as we think. They are caught up in their own internal dramas.
And even if they are judging, still not your problem.
No.
Their discomfort is not your cage. You do not owe anyone a watered down version of yourself.
Can we talk icons for a second?
Yeah.
The people we admire, they didn't play small. They didn't blend in. Those are the kind of folks that wore feathers. They became the bird.
That's the legacy right there. Authenticity isn't just personal. It's contagious. When you show up fully, you create space for others to do the same.
And that fear of judgment, it's a thief. It robs us before we even light the match. So let's throw open the doors and light the damn match already.
All right. So let's shift gears a little bit.
Let's do it.
And talk about comfort zones.
Okay.
Those velvet line traps. They feel nice until you realize they're nothing but cages lined with regret.
I call them cushy little prisons. Everything's beige and tastes like lukewarm pina colada. You know, you're safe, sure, but you're not alive.
Yeah, no one ever said the best night of my life started with me playing it safe. Nope. Great stories happen when we step out and take a chance.
Comfort zones, they'll let you live, but they're not going to let you thrive. They won't give you goosebumps or those holy crap, I did it moments.
So aging heroes, here's the rule. If it scares you a little, it's probably a doorway.
I think what you should do is say yes. Say yes to the weird invitation, to the flamingo print shirt, to the open mic night, even if you know your voice is going to shake.
And when someone asks, why the hell would you do that? You say, because I'm not dead yet, sweetheart, and hand them a tequila shot.
That's totally the energy we're looking for. All right, here we go. So before we wrap, I say let's drop a final truth bomb. Staying young has nothing to do with Botox or kale. It's about curiosity.
Yes. It's saying, what if more often? What if I learned to dance? What if I took that class or wrote that poem or talked to that stranger?
Yeah. What if you stopped waiting for permission and you just gave it to yourself?
Aging isn't the end of adventure. It's the remix. And the world, well, is still full of wonder. You just have to go looking for it.
So here's your Aging Heroes challenge number 2. Pick one adventure you've been putting off, maybe big or small, doesn't matter, but we want you to 1, name it, 2, claim it, and then put it on your calendar like it is a date with destiny.
Because you're not here to collect dust, folks. You're here to collect stories.
I love that. Here's a recap of what we've covered so far. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's
Number 1, authenticity is the real cool. Ditch the mask.
Number 2, fear of judgment, total buzzkill.
Number 3, comfort zones. Escape them like your soul depends on it.
And number 4, adventure. Now that's your secret elixir. All right, what's up next? We are talking about breaking up with society's boring rule book and writing one that actually feels like you.
So stay loud, stay lit, and keep your heart in sports mode.
Life's too short for beige.
We'll see you next segment, preferably on a beach, scribbling truth on the back of a napkin with a pen that smells like freedom. All right, Erica, it's time to kick over the beach chair and get real.
Let's do it.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Whose script were you living before you lit it on fire?
Ooh, you are like coming in hard today.
Hey?
But yeah, okay, truth. I spent years following a life plan I didn't write. Parents, schools, plural, society. It was like they handed me a laminated brochure titled How to Be Acceptable, the Lifetime Edition.
Oh, yeah. I got that same brochure.
You got that?
Yeah. You know the one. Graduate, work hard, blend in,
Mhm.
don't rock the boat, retire quietly, and disappear politely. Like, seriously, are we people or toasters?
Right? That's not life. That's a warranty plan, people. Somewhere along the way, we started mistaking obedience for purpose.
And they traded joy for comfort. But here's the truth.
Tell it to us.
Those rules are pure fiction. They were penned by people who never met your soul. They don't know your fire. They don't know your playlist. And they sure as hell don't know what you're here to become.
They definitely don't know about the dream you've stashed in the back of your mind, waiting for someday, like it's a real date on the calendar.
So let's put it out there plain and bold. Whose rules are you still living by? Your family's? That old boss who thought you were too extra? Or the ghost of some cultural trend that said aging means shrinking?
Shrink, please. We're not here to shrink. We've decided that for sure. We are here to expand. Aging heroes don't tiptoe. We sail along, preferably in bold colors with music playing and zero apologies.
So here's our decree. Burn the brochure, rewrite the script, make it weird, and make it yours.
Let's bust a big, giant myth while we're at it, okay?
Sure.
The lie that if you don't start something by your 30s, it's too late.
That one right there.
Woo.
That myth has robbed the world of so many brilliant things. Stories, ideas, recipes, inventions, songs.
I mean, come on. People are out here launching businesses in their 60s, learning to dance in their 70s. They are snowboarding in their 80s. And these people are making headlines.
Okay. Colonel Sanders, your favorite.
Oh, God.
Didn't get his chicken empire popping until he was 62. 62 years old. The man fried his way through 1,000 rejections before the world embraced those 11 herbs and spices.
All right. So what's stopping us from painting, dancing, launching, laughing louder? Nothing. Nothing but imaginary deadlines and crusty expectations.
Yep. The story ain't over, folks. The ink's still wet and you're still holding the pen.
So I say, let's say it together.
It's not too late.
It's right on time.
Now let's talk about the unsung superhero trait of all aging heroes. Curiosity.
Oh, yes. Curiosity is the champagne of the soul. You ever meet someone who just gave up on learning new stuff?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Like they put a closed for renovation sign on their spirit.
I think it's tragic.
It is.
I honestly don't understand that. They stop asking questions. They stop exploring. They let routine wrap around them like a cocoon of boredom. And suddenly, life's just bland.
But the real ones, they stay curious. They try new things, ask hard questions. They don't say, I already know. They say, tell me more.
Okay, so let's give them a curiosity starter pack.
All right, dish it out.
First, ask yourself, what else could be true?
I like that.
Ask, what haven't I tried? And then finally ask, why the hell not?
Boom. Right there will keep your soul from going stale.
Right on.
Those three things. Curiosity doesn't just keep you young. It's going to keep you lit. It's going to keep you relevant.
Okay, so let's flip another expectation on its back.
Okay.
What counts as adventure?
Because people hear adventure and they think it's going to involve things like skydiving, camel treks, or quitting your job to open a vegan surf shop in Tulum.
But hey, man, if that's your jam, go for it.
Go for it.
But adventure doesn't have to be big.
That's the catch.
It just has to be real.
Yeah.
It's saying yes when you normally say,
Adventure can be as simple as salsa dancing in your kitchen, can be trying that weird Thai chili recipe, could be starting a podcast with your BFF after 50. Sound familiar?
Or after 60.
That's right.
Or taking yourself out to dinner, ordering dessert first, and toasting your own damn resilience.
It's about aliveness. That spark that says, I'm still in it, still hungry, still here. So here's your Aging Heroes Challenge number 3.
Do one thing this week that feels like an adventure. It can be big, it can be small, it can be loud or quiet. Just make it real and make it yours.
Because this isn't the dress rehearsal. This, right now, it's the show. And let me just tell you guys, it's got a killer soundtrack.
With a few spilled drinks and impromptu dance breaks along the way. All right, let's break it down like we're holding court at a beach bar.
All right, the session is in. Here's your segment 3 recap.
Number 1, stop living by other people's scripts. Burn the damn brochure.
Number 2, it's never too late to start. Ever.
Number 3, curiosity is your spiritual skincare. Apply it daily.
And number 4, adventure isn't far away. It's literally one bold yes away. Coming up next, we are diving into what it means to build a community that actually gets you. People who don't just tolerate your growth, they pour champagne on it and say, go higher, baby.
Because you don't need cheerleaders, you need co-conspirators. People who carry your dream when it gets too heavy.
So don't dim. Don't disappear. Keep that head high, your flip-flops flapping, and your spirit wide open.
Because aging heroes don't retreat, they redefine. And the world's just getting good.
All right, Rusty, today we're diving into something that makes or breaks the whole damn vibe.
You are talking about the circle.
Yes, sir.
The crew. The people in your boat that are either rowing with you or poking holes in the bottom.
Those are the ones, and that's the thing. You can do all the meditating, green smoothie sipping, and vision boarding you want, but if you're surrounding yourself by folks who drain your spirit like a cracked coconut, you're sunk.
Right?
Yes.
You could be sipping top shelf rum on a 5-star hammock, but if the folks nearby are complaining about the weather and why happiness isn't realistic after 50, your vibe's getting hijacked.
Energy is contagious. You become the energy you're surrounded by. So the question is, are your people pouring sunlight into you, or are they low-key storm clouding you?
If they complain all the time and treat every possibility like a problem, don't be surprised when your joy starts evaporating.
But when you've got people who stretch themselves, who laugh at fear, who take joy seriously, that kind of energy sticks to your bones.
And it lifts you. It's like a good guitar solo at the golden hour. It's like a breeze off the ocean that reminds you that you are alive.
I say, let's put it in sand terms. You're climbing a steep dune. Do you want people yelling, "Careful, you're too old"? Or do you want people shouting, "Hell yeah, look at you go"?
Man, I want the ones with beach towels and bullhorns screaming, "You're a legend." That's who I want.
Same. The right people don't just tolerate your growth. They cheer for it. They celebrate it. They say, I see who you're becoming, and I'm not letting you settle for less.
That's why, as aging heroes, we don't build our circle out of convenience. We build it with intention.
That's right.
We're talking about alignment over proximity.
No more we go way back if way back is holding you back. Your time is too precious. We talked about that. Your light, it's real.
So build a circle that calls your soul forward. People who hand you courage when you're low and who remind you who the hell you are when you forget.
And here's the thing. We're not static creatures. We're not stuck in the role we picked when we were 25 and trying to impress people that we're not even connected to now.
Reinvention is our birthright. It's not just possible, it's essential.
Say it louder for the folks folding laundry in their self-doubt. Reinvention is not a fluke. It's not rare. It's how you stay alive on the inside.
Colonel Sanders was 62. Vera Wang was 40 before she got started. Julia Child was in her late 40s before she even learned to saute.
Julia Child.
And Tamae Watanabe climbed Mount Everest at 63.
That's badass.
Right?
Yes. The people who say that ship has sailed. Dude, we build new ships with much better crews.
Reinvention's not about age, it's about mindset. So stay open, stay flexible, and try Mamba dancing at 73.
Mm-hmm.
Or learn the bass guitar one sexy riff at a time.
Well, that sounded sexy. True, because let's be honest, the alternative is sitting on the same couch, telling the same story about why you didn't do the thing. And that story, that's going to get heavy.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to one of my favorite mindset flips.
Ooh, take us there.
It's the power of yes.
Yes. Most folks walk through life defaulting to no. Would you agree?
Yeah.
No, I've never done that. No, that sounds too risky. Or no, I don't want to look foolish.
And what happens is their world gets smaller. Their life shrinks. Their spark dims until they're barely glowing.
But the second you start saying yes, all of a sudden now the world opens. You meet new people, you try new things, you can remember and feel that you've got a pulse and a purpose.
Anais Nin said, life expands or shrinks based on your courage.
That's beautiful.
We're not saying say yes to every invite or every obligation.
No, we're talking about what we'd call the sacred yes. The yes that makes your chest feel fuller. The one that makes your smile arrive before your brain can even argue.
The yes that feels like a beach bonfire in your gut.
Mm-hmm.
Say yes to that road trip, to that writing workshop, to the salsa class with strangers.
And absolutely say yes to yourself.
Aging heroes don't watch life from the sideline. We jump in.
So here we are, Rusty. Last segment of this episode, but it's not a farewell. It's a launch sequence.
Amen. We are not winding down. We are gearing up. We've thrown the old scripts into a beach bonfire and toasted marshmallows over the ashes.
That sounds pretty delicious. Because we know this much. The people you keep around you matter. Your evolution matters. Your yeses, they matter.
And none of it's accidental. You don't become an aging hero by luck. You become one by choice.
All right, guys. So here's your Aging Heroes Challenge number 4. Do something today that aligns with your future self. It might be starting something. It might be ending something. Could be anything. But whatever it is, let it be true.
Mark this moment. This is where the shift happens. When you stop drifting and start designing the life that fits your fire.
All right, everyone. Here's a recap like coconut cliff notes.
Number 1, your circle shapes your spark. So pick people who grow with you.
And number 2, reinvention is not rare, it's required.
Number 3, say yes to whatever excites your soul.
And number 4, this moment, it's not the end, it's your beginning.
All right, so here is an Aging Hero Challenge roll call.
Let's do it. Flip a negative belief about aging. Prove it wrong.
Pick an adventure you've been avoiding and go do it.
Say yes to one bold, beautiful thing.
And take aligned action today. Begin the life you want. All right, here's a final thought. Aging isn't about decline. It's about reclamation.
Can you say that for us one more time? I like that one.
Aging is not about decline.
It's not.
It's about reclamation. You're not running out of time. You're stepping into it.
If this episode hit your heart, if it spoke to you, share it. Text a friend, tag us, and go follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Aging Heroes. You can also find our full tribe at www.agingheroes.com.
And remember, cool isn't about how you look. It's about how you live.
So live big, laugh often, and love like your joy is non-negotiable.
Until next time, Aging Heroes, stay salty, stay soulful, and stay in motion.
We'll see you next time.